So at this point, Netanyahu openly admits to just slaughter people, aid workers, ONG, people that are trying to help the ones that they are starving themselves. There's no shame already. There's just, there's nothing there. There's no decency left for this man and the people that support him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, how could you not? How blind can you be? But the latest insanity is this. Check this out.
Morning, the twisted remains of World Central Kitchen armored vehicles destroyed by an Israeli strike. The U.S. charity says 7 of its staff were killed in the attack, and now it's halting its aid operations in Gaza. The victims include a dual U.S.-Canadian citizen, as well as people with British, Australian, Polish, and Palestinian citizenship.
A lot of people very, very happy to see us.
Chef Jose Andres, who founded World Central Kitchen, calling them angels, and adding, the Israeli government needs to stop this indiscriminate killing, stop using food as a weapon. Andres' organization was the first to bring desperately needed food into Gaza by sea. He spoke about his mission to get food to northern Gaza on Today.
We need to do everyday shipments to the north.
Okay, so you basically have people that are trying to feed those that are starving to death, and you have people that are shooting those that they are starving to death themselves. That would be this man right here. It used to be that we were ashamed of this kind of thing. But this is what the Israeli government is doing right now. Openly so. I mean, the man himself, the video is him basically saying, yeah, this is sad, but you know, shit happens, right? Basically, he's saying shit happens. That's what Netanyahu is saying here. We don't plan on stopping. We will continue not only to blow up women and children indiscriminately and starve to death these people, we will also fire upon those trying to stop us from doing this. And this is the United States doing it as well. This is not just Israel. This is United States. Bombs being dropped on these people. This is the U.S. support that allows this to happen. And let's be completely honest, it is Israel who decides who is allowed to be president of the United States. AIPAC actually interviews any candidate that is running for office for presidency of the United States. If you don't pass the AIPAC interview as a candidate, you cannot run for president in the U.S. They decide who is your fucking president. What kind of democracy is that? Well, it's the democracy you have. And this is not just the United States. This is every other nation in this world that is staying silent or are accomplices of this. It's Germany. Germany not having the dignity of calling for a ceasefire. Just check on the United Nations, the countries that have asked for a ceasefire, that have demanded to stop this insanity. At this point, we are losing our humanity. Doesn't matter if you support or like Gazan people or Palestinians, or doesn't matter. As I've said so many times, we're losing something we once considered sacred. We are losing that thing that made us go, why did you shoot these 2 women in a Catholic church? Why did Israeli snipers shoot these 2 people, these 2 women inside a church? They were a threat to your security? Yeah, I bet that's the reason. I bet that is it, right? We just pretend that's not happening. In the same way we pretend it's not happening when they blow up aid workers and when they blow up thousands of innocent women, men, and children. Because men also matter. It's not just the thousands of little children these people blew up. It's the innocent men that they also blew up, right? And at this point, they could not care less. They reached a point in which they openly mock those that they're slaughtering in their own social media. We've reached the point in which we have to say that saying that Christ is king is racist. It's insulting. You cannot say that anymore. I mean, we have super conservative, right-wing Ben Shapiro. Is he really right-wing? Is he really conservative? What the fuck is it that Ben Shapiro is trying to conserve if he is in fact, a conservative? What conservative? What kind of conservative is that? That we can no longer say Christ is king in Easter because it offends fucking Ben Shapiro. Canons Owens being fired for not supporting this madness. And there's people that have a little bit more courage than others. There's people that will stand against this new world order that we obviously are all being subjected to. But man, wake the fuck up. If you don't see what's going on, if you don't see what they're slowly turning us into, taking away our humanity, our decency, and just, shut up. If you don't shut up, if you call this out, then yeah, you're not getting another job in this industry or in this other industry. Or you just have to shut up and pretend it's not happening. It is all the mainstream media. You cannot avoid looking at it. How much time do you give this? How much time is it in the year, the massacres that they're doing? Who is pointing all of this out? Is it just a couple minutes? How much time do we talk about these massacres compared to the amount of time dedicated to talking about Transgender Day being exactly on the same day of Easter? Or a puppy being rescued? Or someone being triggered and offended by something stupid? All of these things matter very little compared to all of this stuff. And yet, it is not dedicated nearly the same amount of time. Why do you think that is? Don't be surprised one day when you wake up, and as it's already been the case, we wake up, we look around us, and we wonder, how did we end up like this? Why is everyone fucking crazy? How did we end up in clown world, crazy world, gender confused world, religion confused world? When did we forget that that was achieved by the Christian tradition that we all enjoy in Western societies, that is being mocked and denigrated and destroyed and canceled? You're canceling Jesus now. You're canceling Jesus because, it's offensive to some people, apparently. When did we forget that it was that culture, that mentality, those moral values? No, it wasn't any other. It was those Christian values that we upheld and made part of our societies in the Western world that allowed us to achieve the state of wellness in our societies in the Western world. Having those ideals, having those values that we are now slowly but surely losing at an accelerated rate. Guys, wake up. See you on the next video. Take care.